Ladies and gentlemen, Tadeo Vance here, and welcome to a news update. Now we are getting close to the launch of 3.6 expected in the next few weeks or so. There has been some changes made to this release, but we'll talk about that as well today. Just before we get started, I've got two things for you today. One is there's a link in the description, and that will tell you where all the locations are of all the components are for the ships currently in game, so you can easily look at the sheet and fly out and get your components. Keep in mind your components are now covered under the base insurance, so it's definitely worth upgrading them components. And if you're new to Star Citizen, there is a link in the description below. That link will give you a little bit of starting cash in Star Citizen, or even if you're just thinking about getting Star Citizen, it's definitely worth using the link anyway, just to get the cash and cover your name. So let's get started. 3.6 is due in Q2, so the next couple of weeks. I imagine it will be rolled out to Abakati in the next week or so, and then it would be rolled out on its normal rollout process that we've seen across all the other patches. So first in the list we have locations. We've seen an update of the locations. They have been working on procedurally generating the rest stops. One of the things what won't be added will be the procedural interiors, but we should start to see different stations for rest stops around the current system we have. Next up we have gameplay mechanics. First we have ship purchasing kiosks. This will give us the ability to purchase vehicles directly from a kiosk rather than running up and walking up to ships. We can expect to see more of these around the current system we have. Next we have the black market economy. We've had a small amount of information on this. This does look to be sort of V1 of the black market economy. Base level, what this will mean is when you buy cargo or you buy something, you will be the owner of it. If someone else takes them particular units, unless you allocate them units to them, they will be classed as stolen items. There will be places where we can sell these stolen items around the current system we have, and there does appear to be some sort of layer of security there as well. We did get to see a video going into a lot more detail on this, explaining the longer term vision, but it looks like that this is going to be quite a cut down first draft of the black market economy. Next up we have hover mode. This will change the way that ships land, particularly ones with VTOL thrust. It will change the behavior at low speed. So when you're coming into landing, rather than at the moment strafing forward and back, the nose will tilt down, the rear will tilt up, and the ship maneuverability will be different at lower speeds. Next in line we have weapon attachments. This will be player controlled customization for personal weapons. There'll be an array of different attachments including scopes and grips. This feature will allow players to customize their weapons in real time as well. Next in line we have ship rentals. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this. This will give the ability for a lot of us to rent ships, particularly in the very short patch windows that we have right now. Sometimes it's very, very difficult to earn millions to go out and actually purchase a ship. This will enable players and new players to rent a ship to see if they like it, and if they do like it, then maybe it's a ship that they can purchase. We did have an announcement about this. It does look like this will now be pushed to 3.6.1, so this will be coming on later on in the 3.6 patch. Next we have player free look. This will give the ability for players to free look whilst aiming down sight. This way that you don't take your gun off the threat, and at the same time gives you the ability to look around for additional threats. We will have improvements to the ragdoll animations. This includes gravity and non-gravity. Next we will see a players jump V2. This is literally players jumping up and down. This is exiting vehicles and also standard jumping. Ship system degradation V2. This is the degradation of physical components. Next up we have misfires. This will add misfire events which could cause items to work slightly oddly for a period of time. Overheating and degraded items have a higher chance of misfire. Player carryables V2. This will give us the ability to hold items in a slightly different way rather in front of our hands. Next in line we have transit system V2. This is going to be improvements to the doors, elevators and airlocks. This one's quite a chunky one that I'm looking forward to. It's law system V1. This will enable particular areas to associate different sets of laws, and depending where you are, the punishment or penalties may vary. Detection and dispatch mechanics will in turn accordingly. This will be baked into the security and bounty hunting. Moving on to the ships and vehicles we're going to be seeing in 3.6. The first one is the Vanguard Warden update. From what we can see so far, this Vanguard Warden update, pretty much the whole entire ship has had an update. It's not one individual thing. It sounds like they started doing it and then sort of realized they might as well just sort of start again. So they did, and apparently they've got it nearer to the concept art. The next ship we're going to see is the P-72 Archimedes. Next in line we have the 890 Jump. This will be in 3.6. They have recently announced that this will be in 3.6.1, so this won't come out immediately. This will be included when the ship rentals comes into play. This is going to be a quite impressive ship to see when it's in game, as it's going to be one of the biggest ships in game to date. I'm really looking forward to doing a ship review on it and also having a good look around and flying it and trying it out. And the final ship we're going to be seeing is the P-52 Merlin. We already have this in game. It's a rework of the current one. Apparently there's some adjustments to the landing gear and some other small changes that have been made as well. Moving on to weapons and items, we have a Bearing S38 pistol, a Maxo X neutron repeater, and finally the Lumin V5, which is an assault rifle. Moving on to core technology, client to server anchor networking rework. This is turning the networking around from client side to server side to client side. Hopefully this will help with some performance issues that they've experienced in the past. It should also make it easier for you to aim on a target and for them not to be jumping all over the place. But clearly we need to test this out. Asynchronization disconnect refactor. The refactor aims to improve the efficiency and usability of the disconnection code. This will clear up a lot of bugs, loading screens, several crashes and client crashes, while helping assure at the same time ensuring the game's going to be more future-proof later on down the line. Distribution and ecosystem improvements. This is a new way or updated way to distribute the terrain on the ecosystems, on the moons and the planets. This also includes improvements to terrain blending. Shield system tech replacement. This will be a direct replacement of the legacy shield setup. This will be a visual and effects update, as well as improving performance and collisions. Harvestable entity spawning. This will be V1 of the underlying tech developed to allow for a automated system to spawn harvestable entities on planets, moons and asteroid fields. And then finally, we will expect to see some performance and optimization as well, like we do with most of the patches. I'm looking forward to having a look around the 890 Jump and probably the rental and the black market economy system. Let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to in 3.6. We should be seeing this hopefully in the next few weeks or so. I will keep you posted if any other news comes out. And the last thing on the agenda today, if you're looking to join a Star Citizen organization, check out the link in the description below. That's it for me. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.